Dude, you are not going to believe this. I'm in the student development studio at school. I've got the Ash Flash Discover 2 here. I was giving it a voltage range test on the power supply, and I had it running at the nominal 13.5 volts. When all of a sudden, the high-pitched whining noise that the ballast makes started getting louder, and the lamp started getting brighter, and the amount of current it was drawing started shooting up all of a sudden. Normally, at 13.5 volts, this thing draws maybe 3/4 of an amp. Well, all of a sudden, it was drawing like 1.5 amps. And the ballast started making the squeaking noise, and it was really crazy, so I shut it off as quick as I could. And I go to look at the ballast. The original wax capacitor in this thing had bubbles foaming out of it. And now it's got, now it's got these weird, oh no, oh shoot, oh it's hot, oh my god, oh, right, that capacitor used to be pink, covered with this. Oh my goodness. It melted all the wax off the wax capacitor. It's just the paper underneath. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Oh. What happened? I don't know. Well, it's pretty warm. I bet it was getting really hot. How did wax end up there? Oh, it must be because I moved the thing. What's under here? There's no melted wax under here. What? Well, I was gonna say that capacitor, that paper wax capacitor failed, but I don't know. Maybe something else failed and caused really high current to run through that capacitor, which melted it. But then again, capacitors aren't supposed to get hot. Capacitors do not, good capacitors do not generate heat. So I would say, my guess would be that paper capacitor has failed. It started to develop resistance and subsequently got hot, and it melted all the wax. Oh my god, that's crazy. So the good news is, I think this thing's okay. I think if I hook it back up and put it on a low voltage, it'll run normally. The bad news is, I cannot run this thing anymore. I need to replace the capacitors. It's not an extra thing anymore. It's now a necessity if I want to use this lantern. Let me just put a really conservative voltage, like 7 volts. I'm just going to turn it on here. And, well, there's actually not enough voltage to start. I'll put 8.5 volts. Oh, that's weird. Okay, fine. 10.5. There. Oh, it's limiting the current. So if I crank it up now, see, now it's drawing a normal amount of current. Oh yeah, it's drawing a totally normal amount of current now. But before it was drawing over an amp. That's interesting. Wow, it's completely normal now. I wonder what happened. Well, at any rate, I'm not going to risk it anymore, because that paper capacitor could ignite. It is made of paper after all. So I guess this thing is on hiatus now until I give it a capacitor replacement. That shouldn't be too terribly bad. The hardest part's probably ordering the capacitors, and then the second hardest is soldering them in. But I can do it nonetheless. Wow, I almost want to keep this wax as a souvenir. That's so funny. But there you go. A wax capacitor that melted its own wax off.